Have you ever seen a boxer and they're on the ropes and they're taking punch after punch after punch and you're wondering how much longer can they handle this? That's kind of what I felt like watching this movie. And I'm not sure that's a bad thing. Southpaw is the name of the movie. Jake Gyllenhaal stars as a boxer who's taken his blows inside the ring and out. It's directed by Antoine Fuqua, who also did Training Day, Olympus Has Fallen, many other movies. Kind of known for his gritty, realistic, violent take on storytelling. And boy, does he continue it here. This movie is brutal. And I don't just mean like the beatings that Jake Gyllenhaal is taking in these boxing matches. No, I mean the overall sense of what's happening in this man's life and the story and just blow after blow. And I was in this. Like, this was really intense for me. And I think at the end of the day, that's probably a sign of really good storytelling because it means I care about the characters. I cared about what was going on in his life as a person. I cared about the relationships he had with his wife and his daughter and his friends and his trainer, and all those things meant something to me. So as this movie kind of delivered these punches, it had a real impact and a real feel to it, and I think that means it's really well done. It's one of those stories I was just involved in, and it was intense. I think another reason for that is the performances are incredible. Jake Gyllenhaal's amazing. Like, I'm beginning to think he may be the best actor working today. I'd be willing to put him in that discussion. After Nightcrawler last year, and then this year, the dude is able to take on a character and become them, with his persona, with the way he moves his body, the way he talks. Man, the differences in these characters he's playing, and he does them all so well. Very impressed with Gyllenhaal in this, as I am with Rachel McAdams and Forrest Whitaker, two other great performances. The daughter in this, the kid isn't great, but she's not distractingly bad like kids can be. So I wasn't in awe of her, but she did a fine job. So the performances really sustain that intensity and really keep you in the story and wanting to know what happens, as brutal as it is. It's not a perfect movie. There's certainly some things I didn't like about it. One, it does fall into a little bit of the movie sports-itis kind of thing. Like, you kind of know what a sports movie is supposed to do, and this movie doesn't let you down. And because of that, it does feel like you've been here before. You've seen this progression. There's nothing new or interesting necessarily about the plot other than the way it's told and how good the performances are. It's really kind of the same basic plot. Also, not to give anything away, but I felt some of the plot lines weren't satisfactorily revealed. Like, they weren't resolved in a real satisfactory way. So that's always an issue for me when I want something to resolve and it doesn't do it. And not with intent. Sometimes you can leave something hanging with intent, and I get it. This was different. It just felt like there were some plot lines that just never came to a conclusion, and that's a little bothersome to me. They just kind of got missed. Overall, though, still, I love Southpaw. I think it's one of those movies. It's obviously a very gritty adult film, rated R for a reason, but you come out of it going, man, this guy can tell stories and make you feel for these characters. And just like the boxer at the end of the match, who's like, you know, even if they win, they're like, was it really worth it to get punched this much? You may feel that way. Like, was it really worth it to go through all this, even though I feel like it was done well? But at the end of the day, I do think it was worth it, and I would give it a B+. Thanks for checking out this review, and if you want to see more, feel free to click around the site at yourmoviefriend.com. I'll get to the best ever challenge here in a second, but I also want you to click up on the cards. If you hover over in this upper corner up here, you'll see a little eye. Click that, it'll shift out even while this is still going, and you can scroll through different videos I've done recently, a link to the website, click a button to donate if you want to support what's going on here at Your Movie Friend. If you do that, leave in the comments a movie you want me to review, or anything you want me to review, and I'll do that for you, for those who donate to the channel. It's much appreciated. Also, follow me on Periscope, Aaron Dicer. Follow Aaron Dicer, that's AARONDICER. I Periscope every single movie I go to right afterwards and have interaction with you. You can ask questions about particular parts of the movie. I'm really enjoying this. It's much more fun to do these reviews and see the comments scroll up and the questions, and it helps me kind of formulate even more of that kind of community of thought as we think about film and what it means and those kind of things. So I'm loving that. Join me on Periscope if you don't mind doing that. And of course, if you want to subscribe to the podcast, it's called SiftPop. It happens live every Friday at noon on Mixlr, and then it's in the podcast feed at SiftPop, SiftPop at iTunes or Stitcher. On to the best ever challenge. Pretty simple one this week. What is the best Jake Gyllenhaal movie ever? He's been in a few, and a few really good ones. I'm going to say my clue for mine is that it was a movie he starred in with both the Hulk and Iron Man. You can leave your guess in the comments. First person to guess it right does get a point. Don't forget to put your favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movie in there as well. I'd love to have that discussion. As always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe button. It's right down here. It's like a little logo. You just click it and hit subscribe during this time.